Okay, so hello everybody online and in person. I thought we'd start with some meditation, so give us a chance. I hope you can hear me all right. Can everyone hear me all right? Okay, great.
Yep, couple thumbs up, head nods.
Yeah,
Yep.
great. Yeah, great. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit of meditation to give ourselves a bit of a break, as Sophia said, and a bit of a chance to just unwind from the day. Okay, so I hope you are in a comfortable place. Hopefully a quiet place. And as we close the door of the room, we also just close the door of the world. And allow ourselves to settle in, settle into our own selves. Settle into the room. Settle into your body. Allowing yourself to relax. Allowing yourself to take a break. You can leave the problems of the world aside. For just a short while. Nothing to figure out. Just be here. Allowing yourself to land in your body on this cushion or chair and nowhere else. allowing yourself to relax, to enjoy having nothing to do. The day has come close to the end. You've done your best. Now we give ourselves a bit of time. So just notice what is going on in your body right now. How does the whole body feel? Hot or cold or tense or relaxed or just getting to in touch with our own bodies. Coming down from our heads. Noticing what's going on elsewhere. Our legs, our feet. What's going on? How do they feel? Our arms, our torso. Just spending a bit of time noticing how different parts of our body feel. Allowing yourself to relax. Allowing yourself to listen and hear what your body is saying. As you settle down, your mind probably keeps going back to this and that, but just bringing it back. Just being aware of being here. In our bodies. Then as your mind settles down, whatever, if you have meditated before, hopefully everybody's meditated before. Perhaps the object that you usually meditate on, perhaps it comes up, be it your breath, be it loving kindness, be it just being present. Remembering that we're not trying to do meditation, but rather we create the space in our minds for peace to arise. We let the noise die down. And then when the noise is down, we start to notice our breath. Or maybe not. But we try to have an attitude of openness. An attitude of just being aware. Being interested in this body and mind. Bringing a bit of peace into your life. Where we accept ourselves. We are open. And we allow ourselves to relax. Bring your mind back if it's wandered away. Bringing your mind back. Remembering we're not trying to achieve anything. We're just here to be with ourselves. To try and hear ourselves. Not telling ourselves what to do. We're so busy telling ourselves what to do. We're listening to our hearts. Yes, we have to come to the end of the meditation, although it's nice to keep going and just sit silently. But before you come out of the meditation, we'll just spend a few minutes to share any peace, any ease of mind that we have gained. We share it with those around us, the people we meet, the lives we touch. And we hope that just like us, others also find peace in their lives, freedom from anxiety, from pain, from mental torment. Both near and far, somehow, may our goodness reach the lives of those who we do not know, but who suffer. We draw them into our heart. And wish that they find peace inside, freedom, freedom from pain, freedom from anguish. For people in places of great difficulty, so many wars, in our own little way, we try and bring peace. Peace to ourselves and peace to the world. Ready, you can slowly open your eyes. So, wait, I'm not sure where to look. Where that way? The camera. Oh, that's the camera. That is the people. And these are the people. They're all in different places. Okay, so well, I hope you enjoyed the meditation and feeling a little bit more at ease and relaxed. And the reason I chose today's topic, it actually took me a long time to think of the topic, was that we spend, it seems our society is hell-bent on improving itself. And we are so fixated, or I mean, it's just our tendency is to notice the things that need to be done and the things that need to be fixed and the things that have to be done. And, we're just, we are just experts at noticing what's wrong and what hasn't been done. And it, sadly enough, we, myself included, we come to the end of the day thinking, oh, I should have, or oh, I need to, or oh, my goodness, I don't forget to. But we entirely forget everything that is way okay. And there is so much okay. It's silly not to at least, bring it up in your mind sometimes, if not more often. I've been trying to do this practice. This is our rains retreat now. And just at the end of the day, before I go to sleep, just reflecting, what have I done? And what have I done? I've done so much. Okay, I haven't gotten enlightened, but anyway, we've done so much, and we don't say thank you to ourselves. We don't acknowledge it. We don't say, great job, me. And so that's what made me think of this topic, just for myself, ourselves, and society at large. Thinking, yay, I didn't murder anybody today. There's a whole lot of people who didn't murder anybody today. Hallelujah. Seriously. So this sutta, I chose this sutta, but in general, this is the reason I chose this topic. Don't you think that's a problem for everyone? Yes, 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 yes. There's lots of nods here.
Yeah.
Lots of
about
nods.
meditation too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my introduction wasn't good enough.
Right. How crazy. And only you noticed that. Nobody else
okay.
noticed that. We're nuts. So I can see lots of familiar faces, some familiar faces in the audience on the screen. But just I was talking to Michael, who has joined. Yes, Michael joined. We talked about the whole thing this afternoon when he came for Dana. And Leonie gives a thumbs up. But just this tendency that our society seems to just, perpetuate this fixing mind where we're so hell-bent on improving things, but we haven't stopped to think, I've got drinking water. I do not have to walk 8 hours to fetch clean water for my family to just drink and cook with, leave alone everything else. So, something as simple as that. I open the tap, I have clean drinking water. Anyway, so the Mangala Sutta so people have been thinking about this for a long time. The Mangala Sutta is what it's kind of a classic sutta that is recited, in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, in Burma, like it is what we call a protective blessing. But so the sutta comes about because as then as it is now, people want to know what is a blessing? How do we get blessed? So the sutta starts because a deva comes to the Buddha and he asks the Buddha, there are these arguments. People, people are saying, what is a blessing? What does it mean to be blessed in your life? And so I'm not sure what it is now, but at that time, what would I would imagine what a blessing was to perhaps animal sacrifice, isn't it? That was unfortunately what was practiced at that time. So, or doing some kind of puja or some kind of ritual that if you went to the Ganges and bathed yourself at dawn, then you will be blessed. So, but that seems silly when we talk about it now. But to this day, we are all looking for a blessing, isn't it? Well, I was sitting with Michael and trying to come up, what are the things that we do in this day and age that we are like desperately searching for blessings? Because that's what we want, right? We want to have that sort of little golden lottery that is going to somehow, if we do this, we'll be fine. So I'm just asking, Michael and I were talking about it this afternoon. What do we do in this day and age that we're like, seeking a kind of a quick solution, winning the lottery? I don't know. Michael was saying like, if I do what my boss says and get all my tasks done, in that case, I'll be okay. I'm safe for life. My job is secure. I'll be fine. So just
people get really hardcore into manifestation and doing like what they think will make them manifest what they desire, and they focus a lot on it, and you see it a lot on YouTube as well, where people they show you how to manifest your dreams, how to manifest your dream partner, your dream wife or husband, your dream career, and all with these 3 simple steps.
Anyone else? Heidi or
trying to think.
Yeah, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, obviously we're all looking for that lucky charm, right? I know people come and give, they do generous things at the monastery so that they can, good things happen to them back in return. If I give to this monk, it is better than giving it to this monk. So I'll go to this monastery because I will have more blessings.
I think it's funny you say that, because during the meditation, I was thinking, I haven't had a good meditation like this since, 6 weeks ago when I was on retreat. And I'm thinking, must be because I saw the nuns today. I have to make sure that I put my name down on the Dana roster more often.
Oh my, yeah, true. We are so conniving, but heck.
During my meditation, I was thinking how I haven't taken my itinerary of my art supplies yet, and how I should have did that this week already. And I kept thinking, all I have to do is open that box and count what I have and what I do. And why am I thinking of this?
Right. I mean, it is good to do. I mean, we just can't help ourselves, isn't it? We just can't help ourselves. Anyone in the in the Zoom room? Just think for yourself. I mean, because we're all like secretly hoping that we find a little happily ever after place if we do all the right things, isn't it?
I think Nicola has unmuted herself.
Okay, thanks.
I have a shameful, is it a shameful secret? I'm not sure. Maybe you can let me know. But I carry in my first aid kit when I go walking, or if I'm in the wilderness or in the bush somewhere, I have a little trinket in my first aid kit, a little tie trinket. And the reason it's special, because it was given to me by one of the monastics from Santi Forest Monastery.
Oh, right.
And it just feels like I'm carrying a little, like you said, it defies belief. But I guess when I see it, it feels protective. And I think what feels protective is I remember the metta that was conveyed to me when it was given to me, and I find that metta nourishing. I think that's what it is.
Right. So I think we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Nicole
Sophia.
also
Oh,
has
right.
her hand up.
Yeah. Nicole.
Hi, yeah. It makes me think of merits.
Mm. Mm.
So I wouldn't mind you talking about how that's different, because
Mm.
I can see some crossover, and I would like to hear from you.
Yeah. 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 Right. 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 And who else was?
Cynthia made a comment
Yeah.
in the chat. She said, remembering the qualities of Uga, giving without differentiating.
Right. Okay. Okay. And even what Heidi said, there was some joy in giving, some joy. It was that act of, being with good people and being with, thinking of, being with good people. That also there's something that brings a happiness in your mind.
Yeah, it's like a type of energy or something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, it is true. And just precursor, but anyway, the first verse, the first number one, in fact, verse of the Mangala Sutta is what? So the Mangala Sutta meaning what a blessing is. The very first one is interestingly associating with the wise. Associating with the wise. So anyway, back to looking for blessings. And so this Deva comes to the Buddha and asks, what is a blessing? Expecting, lucky charms, rituals, all these things that we would think was a blessing. But the Buddha, as often in many suttas, he turns what is popular thought at that time into something that is extremely simple and realizable and practical and brings you genuine happiness. So it isn't some kind of magic charm. Like, I have to tell you this story. I was thinking of good stories, but once, this is hilarious but true, but if you're a Malaysian, you would know. I used to live in Malaysia, and I had a car accident, it wasn't a serious car accident. And I was like, pretty sad. Like there I was, car broke down. I was fine. And then a couple of days later, and auntie I know from the temple, she called me up and I said, oh my God, Auntie Liao, you called me so nice. She said, I heard you had a car accident. I said, oh, wow, you called me after so long just to find out how I was. And she said, I know, how are you? Everything's safe, but can I know your car number plate? If you are a Malaysian, this is like so common. If something bad happens, then something good might happen. So if someone had an accident, their car number plate is a perfect lottery number.
Oh,
So good old Auntie Liao wanted a lottery number.
That's like, I guess that's like people looking for angel numbers and stuff. When they see angel numbers, they're like, oh, my day's gonna be lucky.
Right.
Find something
Right.
going in the right direction. Kind of thing. A lot of people do that.
Oh my gosh.
Angel numbers.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Buddha talks about something that is far more simple, but far more doable and more realistic than getting car numbers of accidents. I know who's Malaysian, but anyway. Yeah, so yes, so we'll go into the Mangala Sutta and what the Buddha says about what is a blessing. So it starts the Mangala Sutta. Who knows the Mangala Sutta? Okay. Anyone online? Okay, Julian. Good old Sutta nerds. Nicola. Oh, that's it. Wow. Wow.
I know it, but I wouldn't be able to
Okay,
recite
okay.
it.
Great. Nobody knows. Fantastic. I'd love to can really entertain you. At least I could sound clever. If you're a Sri Lankan, you can parrot this out. You don't know what it means, but you can parrot it. Yeah. So the Mangala Sutta, I was supposed to find out, but I forgot. But there's like, I don't know, must be 30 or 40 blessings. There's a whole heap. So we can't go through all of them. So we'll just go through a couple that stand out, that stand out for me anyway. At least the first few. They're all, it starts off as quite sort of simple and ends up in the most refined. So it starts off as associating with the wise, but the last one is like that the mind is not shaken. Basically, your mind is enlightened. So the last one is, we won't reflect on that because we haven't gone there, but we can reflect on several between. Yeah. Right. So here are a few that stuck out for me. The very first one, asevana cha balanam panditana cha sevana cha pujaniyanam etang mangala buddham. To associate with the wise, do not associate with the fools, associate with the wise, and puja to pujaniyana, and respect those worthy of respect. Okay, so why is this number one? Why do you think this is number one? Of all things in the world, it is not do not kill or, be generous or keep your precepts. Those you would think would be the standard things that the Buddha says. Keep your precepts, that's a blessing. But no, he says, associate with good people. Why? I mean,
You are who you associate with.
right. Imagine how easily we are influenced. How easily we are influenced. Like nowadays we have so much access to information, right? So much on the internet. So much we could it's not the people around. I mean, it's just so much we could put our minds on. What do you watch on YouTube? What are the things that who do you meet? And don't they influence how you think? Like we were talking just now with Heidi about what's going on in Israel. It entirely depends on who you talk to. If you are living, we were trying, if you are Israeli living in Israel, you believe that you're trying to eliminate the entire Palestinian population is not everybody, obviously, that was the point, not everybody, but that is the understanding of that they are taught that these people are dangerous and have to be gotten rid of. I mean, for us, it's like, what? But if that's what you hear and that's what your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, what you've been taught in school, it's just hard to imagine, but that's how much we are influenced. What we hear is what we become. is we think we are exempt, you know, somehow or the other people have stupid ideas, but I know what I'm doing and I will stick to my guns. But I mean, I don't know if you can think of an example of how easily you are influenced. For example, someone tells you how wonderful this person is, you know, this person is just, they're so kind, they're so generous, you know, they've been so helpful to me. And in the evening, you hear the opposite thing about the person, that, you know, can you believe what they did? I mean, your mind just goes into a spasm, isn't it? You sort of go like, oh my God, that person's so awful. And we're just totally just influenced. Don't you think? So, okay, this is supposed to be interactive.
Yeah, we had a comment. Jenny said more likely to be influenced with right view. And she also said more conducive conditioning. Yeah.
Right.
So when you're on the internet, especially in like comment sections and things, people are there's no like gray, it's always very black and white. And you know, in certain threads, when one person said something, a whole other bunch of people add to why this thing or person is a complete disgrace, and we
Right.
need to eliminate them, and people like them,
Right.
and we can't ever trust them, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, and then these
Yeah.
people are just, that people invested in this one thing become so invested in it.
Passionate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they think that because they spend so much time online and they see, they interact with all of this behavior,
Yeah.
that's what they think the world is. They're like,
Right.
this is the world, so terrible, everyone's so terrible and
Right.
bad things are happening all the time, and then they're just like down in the dumps. And
Right.
it's just like, it's just crazy seeing the threads, because people are so easily swayed into believing something.
Right.
Right. And then really hard to shake those beliefs. And just becomes like a pile on. That's happened with cancellation as well, you know, like people getting cancelled, like by hundreds, thousands of people, losing their careers and their lives and all of these things. Yeah, I don't know, the people don't kind of step back from that and say, well, okay, well, even if this person did do something wrong, I don't need to add to it, and I don't need to make the situation worse. But it becomes quite a big thing every single time. And then people can say things like unverified as well. And people who see that, they're kind of like, well, I know this person did one bad thing, so I'm going to believe every other bad thing I hear about them without ever proof checking.
Right.
You could say brainwashing is also a type of, when you're
Right.
close to people, they can easily brainwash you. Content with them.
Right. Easily. So for Rich.
So many, like brainwashing, like how you grew up, what your parents tell you, that you just don't question, and it could be really deep. And you build all your self-beliefs on it, and then you end up, you just assume it's true without questioning it.
Right. Yeah. That is so true. You don't even question what your parents taught you. Yeah.
I'm guessing we're talking about conditioning.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we have to just leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
yeah, I think not only do we not question it, sometimes we're also not even aware that they're driving a lot of things. It's like if you look at a big tree, you might not see the base of the tree or the trunk of the tree, because there's so many leaves and stuff all at the back. Yeah, that one's a big one.
Could you be crazy delusion?
Yeah.
All of the above.
Like we must have more. We must improve ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like when
it's true.
I think that when this person spread a conspiracy because they wanted to test and see how far a conspiracy can spread, even if it's completely unverified. And they just did it kind of as a test. And it spread all across the world. And to this day, people are still saying repeating this conspiracy. I think it was the one where birds are actually government spies. And so people still repeat this. There's whole Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups and pages. This person was just trying to like test it, and there's never any sources saying it's actually a thing, but it's like a widespread belief.
Wow.
I have a question
Yeah.
online too. Someone asked, "Hi, Venerable, how do we know that what we know is truly right view?"
Right.
Great question.
Right. Great question. So, okay, so let's go back. Yeah. So, Asevanata. So we have established that who you hang out with makes a difference. What you watch on YouTube and what you, who your friends are. Are you in a place like this, or are you sitting in a, I don't know, nightclub on a Wednesday? That's really bad. Yeah, sitting in a really stupid place. Sorry, anyway, I'm a nun, so I can say that. Yeah. So how do you know? Good question. How do you know you're hanging out with the right people? How do you know that what information that you're getting is the right information? That's really hard because everyone tells you that you're doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, I think you have to reflect on how in what direction your friends drive you in and what kind of behaviors of yours they encourage. Like I used to have friendships where kind of like anything would go. Like it was, you know, if I don't know, if me or them were angry at someone, or there was like a creep around, we took it as like full license to like you know, scare the hell out of them.
Right.
And react really intensely.
Right.
And I noticed, so like I had to create some distance with my friend for a while because I like when I thought back on that, I thought she never ever pulled me up on that ever. And she actually encouraged me like most of the time, and kind of had to have a conversation with her and tell her like that's not what I want our friendship to be about anymore.
Yeah, good on you.
But yeah, it's like it was never brought up. It was never a problem. It was just like, oh yeah, like
Good on you.
that she'd say like I had a what do you call it, like a hairpin trigger, and it was easily set off, but she just thought it was funny.
Right.
She thought it was entertaining when the switch would flip. But now looking back on it, I'm like, it's like a whole different perspective. I'm like, oh my God, she never put me up on that. No one ever put me up on it. No one ever said like your reaction's too much. Your language is too much. You're taking it way too far with what you're saying and doing. So yeah, it was, looking back at it, I think I'd rather have friends now who would pull me up if I did something like that. And
wow, awesome.
actually hold me accountable for
that. Awesome. So how do you know you're doing the right thing? Is that
How do we know what is truly right view?
What is truly right view? Well, I think first of all, of course, I'm a Buddhist. So what the Buddha teaches is pretty intuitive. It's actually not like asking you to believe in something that is will happen in your afterlife. So if what you do right now leads you to not hurting yourself or another, and if if you think before, during, and after, has this hurt myself or hurt someone else? Then that is just a very nice, easy rule of thumb. Has it hurt someone? And what is hurting yourself? You think you're smart by saying the smart thing or putting someone down, and telling someone off or something. But if it leads to more basically clinging, if it leads to a bigger ego, more greed, hatred, or delusion. I mean, so simple, but that is really the measure. If whatever you're doing, you find at the end of the day, I can't do without looking at my phone before going to bed and checking all my messages and seeing if, has people liked this or whatever. Well, in that case, it's not a really great habit. So if whatever it is your friends are encouraging you to do, or whatever it is your YouTube videos are encouraging you to do, if it is leading you to become more selfish, more angry, more hateful, like you could be all justified about the Palestinians or all justified about the Israelites, either side. But if you're making yourself hate the other side, either party, we can be so righteous, then is that actually leading to less hatred?
Yeah, I know.
Either way.
You know, about the conflict, people say like be on the right side of history, but it's like, what side is there? Like there's people, there's civilians just like being killed, and being hurt. Like on one hand, the hostages have been in captivity and are dying. On the other hand, a whole bunch of people are dying as well. It's like there's no good side to this, there's no right side to this. It's just like it's mass destruction and pain, but people keep trying to say this side's actually the bad guy, this side's the good guy, but all these people are suffering. Like how can anyone be the good side?
Yeah, and on that point as well, Lenny from online said, and on what basis can we judge from this?
Right.
I think it's more like a comment than question, but yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so to answer the question, I can't remember who asked, but yeah, that if the Buddhist teaching is just so simple, if it leads to less hatred, leads to less desires and just chasing constantly after more and more, and if it leads to ultimately the lessening of our egos, this me, then that is heading in the right direction. Don't you think, Venerable?
Yes.
That's a wonderful
fully
answer, I
agree.
think. Yeah, we have Lenny giving hearts, Lenny's
Okay, great.
giving hearts and laughs and
And also to be aware that we're not always correct in our judgment.
yes.
Today we see it like that, tomorrow we have a different version of it, just to be not so sure that we're always right. And even I come of course, from a Christian background, and I think you know it all, there's a saying, those who are free from sin can throw the first stone or something like that, yeah. So what is wrong, but our perception of it and all that, just we have to be a little bit careful of not being righteous. There are many angles to it. And that's why the Buddha's teaching is so unique, because ultimately if you really walk the path to the end, you're free of that endless cycle and the endless possibilities. There's endless possibilities in our lives, isn't it? Yeah. And we go through it again and again and again. Haven't we learned enough? Haven't we enough blooded nose? But we know we want more, We just wanting more, yes. Wanting to live, wanting to experience, wanting to be part of the whole Shaboon.
Yeah. So back to our Mangala Sutta and remembering what my whole purpose was was to reflect on the goodness that we already have. And so perhaps at the end of the day, you can remember, I could have said that bad word, but I didn't. Or I helped somebody just in a very simple way. I saw that someone needed a hand with their something or the other. They were looking confused. I would just say, hey, that's how you do it. Just reflecting on this simple things like that, I didn't lie.
Being a kind person.
Yeah, being a kind person.
Truly kind person to yourself and to others. Yes.
And yeah,
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
I just had a quick question, hopefully quick, but like this trying to like, I don't know, not do things just for the future, but also like just be in the present, but also I try to do like future things as well. And I'm like, now like it also makes me just slightly confused because it's like, be in the present, appreciate the present. But I feel like if I do things for my future self, then I appreciate that more. So is it like
That's nice. That's nice.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I find if I do the future self things, then I'm grateful for myself that I did those things ahead.
Right.
But then it's like, I don't know, now it confuses me. Should I not be planning for the future?
Oh, no, I think that's right.
It's a good
No,
question.
just acting in a responsible way. We all have to be more responsible what we are, what we are doing, and so on. Because we are so good in blaming somebody else.
Yeah. It's not as though you don't, you do something expecting nothing in return. So you do the right thing, but maybe it might not work out.
Because I don't know, like I could easily say, yeah, I'll just stay where I'm living, stay in the
Right.
job.
Right.
I appreciate the job I have and
Right.
appreciate the life I'm living now. But if I continue in that way, then I have to think in the future, well, I'm not going to be able to do the things I actually want to do,
Right.
involving like being more financially stable and just like stable in a bunch of different places and doing things for my family. So yeah, I also have to think like, I can't actually stay where I am because like as well my family situation is a bit too fragile as well to just stay where I am as well. And it's also fragile for myself, like, with Australia's a high cost of living, like anything can happen here. And people become homeless all the time. And when you're homeless, well, you're not really going to be practicing much. You're just going to be focusing on survival.
Right.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a bit of planning.
Right.
Lenny online.
Yeah.
That maybe plan without attachment to outcomes.
Yeah, right.
What was it?
Plan without attachment to the outcome.
Do your best. Do your best.
Yeah.
Or reasonable on your best.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so it is, wow, 8:15. Oh my goodness. What happened?
We have only come the first sentence.
We only had the first sentence.
Oh my goodness.
But it's the first sentence. So it's an important one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll just in case I forget, what a question that was asked was, how is merit then? How is merit something that is a blessing?
Yeah.
So the question is, what is merit? We think that, if you're traditional, actually, that's the whole point of the sutta. What is merit? What is a blessing? A blessing is merit. So a blessing is merit. And so the whole sutta is a blessing, is a merit. Read the sutta.
So it's receiving the blessing and giving a blessing. Receiving the merit, but also giving merit to others.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's a two-way.
Right. So what merit is for me, it is giving of yourself. Giving of yourself. When you are, reach out to do something that you otherwise would not do because it was in your comfort zone, helping somebody, obviously generosity, not hurting people,
Keeping the precept.
keeping the precepts. And I mean, actually, this whole sutta is about merit. So just read the sutta. I'm sorry, we're only at the first line. Yeah, so basically, the sutta answers the question, what is merit? I'm sorry, there's just so much. Practicing patience, practicing meditation, gratitude. It's
What about reading out the whole sutta in English?
reading out the whole sutta in English. Okay, I could. Let's oof. Boy, it's a long one. Okay, well, I'll just do a couple more that stuck out for me. So, but the next one is Patirupa Sutta. That's first verse. The second one is Patirupa Desa Vasocha Bejakatwe. Patirupa Desa Vasocha is to live in a suitable locality. And I mean, really, in Australia, we are just so fortunate. We don't stop to think how fortunate we are that I can walk down the street without a gun. Worried if someone will pull out a gun, I don't have to think about that. I don't have to worry about being raped, being a girl walking back at night, quite honestly. I can walk around as a Buddhist nun. Nobody says anything. I can speak freely about my religion and my beliefs. Anybody can have their own religions and their own beliefs. I mean, how many countries in the world you would be condemned for practicing your faith, And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be there, to be living in a country where there is healthcare,
Medicare.
We have healthcare. We can complain about a lot of things, that the cost of living is high and going up. But at the end of the day, most people have a roof over their head, and most people have food to eat. So I think just to sit back at the end of the day and say, I had 3 meals. I wasn't starving. My children are safe. I don't have to worry about them being in gangs or whatever it is. So, okay, questions. Not questions, opening it up for people to reflect. Yay!
Can we get the third one?
Oh, the
Yeah.
third one.
I'm curious. This is so
Yeah.
good, by the way.
The third one.
So engaged.
The third one. Bahusa Chanchase Pancha. Third one of what? The third
For the
sutta.
sutta, yeah, no, the sutta.
The third of the sutta. There's like 36, but this is the third one.
Yeah.
The third one, Patirupadesa Vasota. The third one was Bahusachancha Sipancha, is to be skilled at what you are doing. And so, like, that's another one. We spend so much time doing our jobs. And we have put so much effort to do it well. We forget we've done really well to get our job done at the end of the day. I mean, how hard we work to have an education, to learn how to use that complicated program to navigate the internet. And Heidi got us here without, looking at GPS. Well, she did look a little at the GPS, but she basically knew what she was doing. But the third one is, and I think this is a useful one, like to reflect that we did our job well. We have accumulated skills, and we've accumulated done university degrees or whatever, that we are very skilled at what we do. Like I was thinking, just our everyday jobs. Like I went to the radiologist the other day to just the receptionist. I mean, it's just so complicated. She has a million patients. She has to look at so much data, but she spends time with every single person that comes in through the door and gets all their files right and sends them to the right place. I mean, just be grateful that we all these jobs that picked person who came and picked up the rubbish today. You know, he had to wake up at some godforsaken hour. He comes every Thursday, well, today's Wednesday, but he'll come Thursday morning at 5:30 and pick up the rubbish on all these streets. Just to be grateful for all the things that skills that we have and the skills that other people have, that they're serving society. So I often come to the end of the day and think, well, thank you to the radiologist, the receptionist who sent me to the right place. Thank you to the Heidi who drove us here and Brooke who's going to take us back. You know, that really is skills that we share with the world, that others share with the world. So that's the third one. And so time is running super short, but
Maybe
anyway.
we should like, I don't know, maybe go around and say something we're grateful for that happened today.
Yeah.
What we
That's-
like about Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So let's do Patirupa Desa Vasocha, which, or both, and Bahu Satyacharimpancha, which is reflecting on skills that we have.
Oh.
And
Before that, we have a question online.
we have a question online.
Might take 1 minute or
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Or 1 hour.
Okay.
What is Deva?
What is Deva? Oh my gosh, right. Wow. Okay, that's an easy one. Devas are like you could say angels or celestial beings, unseen beings, higher beings who are more refined than we are. And they are often, we don't see them, but we believe that they are around. They're beings of subtle form, that light, you could say. But they're angels, for want of a better word. Okay, nice simple question. Right, where were we? Reflecting on our where we live and what we have and the services that we provide and others provide for us. And yeah, so let's start from Brooke.
Okay. Well, I like that Sydney is a coastal city, and because I really like the water and beaches and the sea, and I can drive very short distance and get to the beach quickly and have a swim.
Yeah.
Whereas some people live inland and they never get to see the ocean. And today, I guess I really had a good therapy session, and it was really helpful, and it helped me like solidify some things. And my therapist's new office is really cool and zen, and it's got like this green couch, and it's got like this beautiful gray carpet with like a lotus in the middle, and then there's like these green frames. It's so like green and it's so beautiful.
Okay, well, let's get
we'll
on
leave
to
it there.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep going for it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, for me, I think being here is the Dhamma, quite grateful for that. Being going through a bit of a tough time at work, so really kind of really appreciative of the fact that I get to relax a bit, listen to the Dhamma, go back as a maybe a better person style.
Like-minded people.
Really like-minded people. Heidi.
Yeah, grateful for the talk and the sutta, which I just quickly read the whole thing. It says patience being easy to admonish, and that's a nice one, isn't it? Because I think it's not that easy to get admonished. Whether it's, by a family member or your boss at work, sometimes it can feel very uncomfortable.
Right.
So I think that's something to remember and aspire to, that, oh yes, I can,
Right.
that's a blessing to be able to accept
Right.
that criticism, that constructive feedback.
Yeah.
And although the next one is the sight of ascetics. Oh, seeing ascetics, of
Yeah,
course. So
yeah.
seeing you is a great blessing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Those are like angels.
Well, yeah, I know, it's true. It's true.
But I think also seeing any good person, you know, nowadays, any good person can be very inspiring. We come across people who do the most unusual things, you know.
But even seeing that young man before, you could tell just from his bearing
That's right.
that he was, you know, for his age, he was very thoughtful and respectful and
Solid,
yeah,
solid.
solid. It was
Solid, yeah.
inspiring. Yeah.
True.
Sorry,
I don't know your name.
I think it's Pubbechakata Punyata, where it says to have done meritorious actions in the past. I think the reason why we're all here and we are, we were lucky enough to sort of come to this thing itself.
Right.
It's just that because you've done meritorious actions in the past, so like to be grateful for everything that has happened to you,
Right.
the good and the bad, because of the karma that you've done. So I'm pretty much grateful for anything, the good and the bad.
True.
Yeah, because you learn lessons with the bad.
True. Good point.
Locality and skills. I guess I'm incredibly grateful for the job that I have now. I went through a very tough time with my previous role, and was very fortunate to get this opportunity, for which I moved from Perth to Sydney.
Okay.
At Liverpool Hospital. So I'm every day I think that actually, and today was another good day. So I'm ending it thinking I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity. And then, similarly, it's linked to a place, who, when I decided to change my career and change what I've been doing for a decade, more than a decade, this opportunity arose. And there were times, maybe for 3-6 months, I thought, wow, maybe this is a big mistake, and I'll never, it's a very bad idea to give up what I've been doing. So I was very glad for that. And then, but the skills that I've gained, I'm a doctor, I work in radiology, so now. So, I spent a long time talking to a patient with a stroke with their wife today. In fact, I've identified the stroke quickly. They were at a different hospital, and we had them in the procedure room, having the stroke clot taken out within 20 minutes, and they had a great outcome. And I thought, even though I changed jobs and all these things, the skills that I gained in the last 10 years were what let me see that problem quickly and to deal with it quickly and to get lots of other specialists involved, all the way from the nurse and the doctor at the emergency department door, all the way through to the intensive care unit where the patient goes to afterwards. Each of these people need to be marshaled. It's a big team effort.
Wow.
So I thought, those are skills that I learned over a long time
in your
my
other
career.
career, yeah, of course.
And they came in use today, and they led to a great outcome for someone who otherwise may have been very disabled or dead. So, so I thought, wow,
Amazing.
so there's I'm grateful for the skills that I've gained, like you said, and to be able to practice them the best way that I can.
It's a very inspiring
Wow.
story. Thank you.
Amazing. Eugene.
There's a lot to be grateful for, but maybe I'll mention that at the moment my health is fairly good. Like my body, my brain is functioning pretty well at the moment. So that's something to be grateful for.
Good point. Good point.
I'm grateful for wise friends.
For what?
Wise
Wise
friend.
friends.
Yeah.
The very first one you mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm grateful we have like friends that are on the journey together to practice. I'm grateful to hear all the friends who's putting effort into being a better person, working against the 3 poisons and doing such wonderful deeds, and also having gratitude for such wonderful things. I think not everyone has the luxury of being in an environment that encourages them to go upstream against the stream, right? And go against what society normally would praise you for. So having an environment where I could
Yeah.
practice with
Yeah.
other like-minded people is very wonderful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's nice.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And of course, listening to beautiful Dharma talk by wonderful teachers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to begin, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a full week with going out every night, but I feel more energized than I can possibly imagine.
Wow.
Coming here
Yeah.
yesterday, I had to travel an hour and a half to the city, hour and a half back, but met a lot of amazing people there and a lot of amazing people here. And yeah, my gratitude bucket is like overspilling.
Oh.
And yeah, I think at the beginning when we first started to host these events, I was quite nervous because
Yeah.
I'm still fairly new to a lot of different teachings, and then we have this opportunity to bring everyone together, and you know, you have that feeling of you really want it to go well for people, right? But if it doesn't, then you have to be okay with it as well, because sometimes you can't do that much. So I'm grateful we have a lot of people who are able to come here and provide an opportunity to relax, and I feel really energized after. Sometimes I sleep way too late because I go home and I'm like, oh, I learned so many new things, I meet so many new people, and not really trying to achieve anything, it's just like taking it all in, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm grateful for all of that, and grateful for Sophia because she introduced me to everything. And I'm super cheesy, but
Grateful for you too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
No, it's true. Someone who brings you to the Dhamma, I mean, you have eternal gratitude for that.
That's how I feel.
Mm. Mm. We'll skip us and we'll
Okay.
go to the people on.
No, what about you and me?
Oh, wait, there's a whole lot of people online. That's
Okay.
Maybe you could be the final
Okay.
one.
We'll be the final ones.
Oh, really?
You will be the final
Final.
ones. Yeah, yeah. We'll be the final one.
We have Melanie.
Yeah.
Oh wow, there's a lot of people. Would you like to unmute yourself, Melanie, to
My
say
mom
it,
is there.
or would you like me to say it for you?
Where's Melanie?
You're very welcome to.
Oh,
Say
no,
it.
there she is.
Is your mum
That's my mom is there.
Romney?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Where's Amity now?
She taught me Sinhala when I was.
Oh,
She taught me Sinhala when I was, you know,
no.
7 years old in Perth. Growing up.
Oh, my goodness. What's your name?
Arusha.
Arusha.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll remember me, but I definitely remember her.
Oh, my
Oh, there's Amity there. That's
For many years, she
I
taught
don't
me
know
some
if
life
he
today.
remembers you. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
Well,
Yes,
Melanie, would you like to unmute?
Yeah, I said that I'm grateful for the creative ways in which I deepen my practice, my Dharma practice.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Yeah, good.
And we have Gillian.
I said that I'm
Sorry.
sorry. I said that I'm grateful for living in a suitable place and for kindness to children and partner. And the line doesn't say it, but it should be kindness from children and partner.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu.
And Nicola?
Oh, I said I'm grateful for a place to stay with reliable Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's
And also to do with the skills, also for all the people I meet who teach me about the first noble truth, otherwise known as the human condition.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyone
Yeah.
else would like to unmute yourself to express your gratitude? It feels wonderful.
I'll go.
Yay.
I'm grateful to be recovering from a few different health conditions. Like this time, just a few weeks ago, I was questioning life and I was in a really dark place, but I'm so grateful that I'm recovering like mentally from anorexia and then also from some physical conditions. And I think that the Dharma has really helped me put things in perspective. So I'm grateful to have found the path as well.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm grateful to see my friend Brooke again. Hi, Brooke.
So cute.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? It's Tam here.
Yep, can you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Hi. Yeah, I'm grateful for a lot of things in life. And one particular thing that I'm really grateful for this year is being in a position with my work as a head of students, which is a governance role where I get to see, I guess, the students at university in their deepest and darkest states. Those that have failed, have got all sorts of troubles in life. It's certainly not a role for everybody, but I get to see that, and I love it. I knew that academic success wasn't just about passing and failing, about scoring well, about getting high distinctions, but it's really about caring and showing that. So in the last couple of weeks, students see me all the time, but one particular student was really in a dark place. I was very, very concerned for her welfare. And she was adamant, she couldn't take things further. She needed time away. I can't go into the specific details, but I was very concerned for her. To cut a very long story short, what ultimately got her around was not a path, to come back and to study, but it was the way all of us banded together to care for her, to offer all sorts of help, which is not typical academic help. And to my surprise, the next day she got up again. She accepted the help that was offered. She turned up to class and her face was full of color again, versus the darkness that I saw before that. So I just feel very grateful that I'm in a position to help people. And it's really just by caring and not by any sort of magical, here is a formula for getting a HD. It's none of that, but to know the Dharma and to know that's what it is that, that is the most important, just to care. Thanks, Ajahn Brahm and all the venerables here.
Thank you for
Sadhu,
sharing.
sadhu, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
And anyone else online? Okay, well, we should probably wrap up then.
Yes, that sounds
Okay.
like.
Okay.
What a session today.
We're going to end up with venerable.
Oh,
No,
yes.
you
Okay,
come
me
with your
first.
things
Yes.
first and I
Okay.
come last.
Okay. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for, oh my goodness, being a nun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Venerable.
And I'm also grateful for having been able to become a nun, but above all, I'm grateful to have come to the Buddha's teaching and make a start on it, make a start to the ending of it. No other philosophy, no other religion can provide what the Buddha's teaching is really the ending of suffering, So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for all of you and being here in Australia and have the support, have the more fantastic teachers, and so please let's stick together and support each other on the way to enlightenment, because there's no other solution, When you look at it, you really want to end it, But until then, you try to be as helpful and as positive and as useful as possible, yeah. But there's no solution. The possibilities of samsara are endless. The suffering is endless. And even if you have enough positive things, in the end, you get tired of eating too much good food, It is our craving, our wanting to be, our wanting to be. And which can't be cured by not wanting to be in the wrong way, not wanting to be, coming to the end of it, what propels us on in the first place, yeah. So thank you for the Buddha's teaching and thank you for all of you and my companions in the holy life. And may we all use our time, remaining time well, not only age-wise, but as you can see, the whole world is very much in a changing situation now. Yes, we don't know what tomorrow and the next few years will bring. So we have to use our time now, more than ever before, I would say. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your company.
So we will wrap up there.
We'll wrap up there. What a session. I'll just say that again. I mean, I don't know. I think how we all feel probably says more than any words I'll say. We started talking about lottery, so we ended up feeling such a beautiful sense of heart, fullness, I guess I can speak for myself. Thank you for the wonderful talk today. I mean, personally, I conceptually know I'm lucky, but and we've never really sat down to really feel how lucky we are.
That's a very good point, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And today, also hearing about everyone's sharing and your sharings, I just also am overwhelmed or just full of like, wow, like so wonderful, very joyful, a lot of gratitude for.
Thank you for organizing this event. Without that we wouldn't be here. You look at it.
Pleasure.
Our pleasure. Our
Thank
pleasure.
you for attending. We've
Thank
got a
you
whole
for
team
coming.
behind us.
Okay, it's others.
Eugene.
Thank you.
People online, Simran. And so before we finish, would you like to do a dedication of merits?
And a little chanting or something?
Or
Okay.
chanting?
Or what do you want to do?
What shall we chant?
Don't the Mangala Sutta.
We can chant the Mangala Sutta.
Yeah.
We can chant the Mangala
Do you want to read it in English first or not? Yeah, read it in English first and then we chant it.
My goodness, is there time for that?
Yeah.
We do run over time often.
Okay.
So everyone, you're very free to go.
Okay.
To read it in English is very important.
Read it in English.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll read it in Pali first.
No, only in English.
Only in English.
Loud.
Okay. It's not a okay.
So everybody can hear it.
Okay,
Yes,
read it
yes.
in English.
Okay.
Oh, before we do,
Yeah.
Najwa says, hello everyone, I'm grateful for Brooke, my daughter. Okay.
Oh, that's so nice.
Wow.
And lots of-
Oh, that's so nice.
It's also lots of thank yous online for the venerable.
So the blessing is going to be the Mangala Sutta itself. See. Okay, let me start. So the many gods and humans have thought about blessings, desiring well-being, declare the highest blessing. Not to fraternize with fools, but to fraternize with the wise, and honoring those worthy of honor. This is the highest blessing.
That's the answer from the Buddha, yes.
Living in a suitable region, having made merit in the past, being rightly resolved in oneself, this is the highest blessing. Education and a craft, discipline and training, and well-spoken speech, this is the highest blessing. Caring for mother and father, kindness to children and parents, and unstressful work, this is the highest blessing. Giving and righteous conduct, kindness to relatives, blameless deeds, this is the highest blessing. Desisting and abstaining from evil, avoiding drinking liquor, diligence in good qualities, this is the highest blessing. Respect and humility, contentment and gratitude, and timely listening to the teaching, this is the highest blessing. Patience, being easy to admonish, the sight of ascetics, and timely discussion of the teaching, this is the highest blessing. Fervor and celibacy, seeing the noble truths, and realization of Nibbana. This is the highest blessing. Though touched by worldly conditions, their mind does not tremble. Sorrowless, stainless, secure. This is the highest blessing. Having completed these things, undefeated everywhere, everywhere they go in safety, this is their highest blessing.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. You chant it in Pali now or not? The time for it? You want to chant it in Pali?
Depends on if you would like to. You don't have to. Depends.
No, we'll just end it there.
We can end it
We'll
there?
just end
Okay,
it there.
sure.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Venerable Upekkha. Thank you, Thank you, everyone, for coming in person, online.
Thank you for everyone's participation online as well. It's really great to participate online.
Your hard work behind the scene, we don't, we come here, but we don't realize how much organizing is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Happy to be of service.
Yeah.
So we have Monday meditation classes, usually 7 to 8:30 Bankstown, and then Tuesday yoga, it's in Bankstown in person, 6:30 to 7:30. And then Wednesday wisdom, 7 to 8:30 again next week here at Parramatta in person or online. And next week's topic will be the hidden lamp of ancient sisters, spiritual guidance and profound insights of early Buddhist women. I'm excited for that topic.
Who's giving the speech?
Venerable Gautami. She's actually dialing from India, so I haven't met her.
Gautami, not the Gautami from Perth. No, another Gautami, yes. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, maybe you can join online too. That'd be exciting.
Yes.
Yes. And then we have monthly workshops with Ayya from CNT. And that will be the next one's on the 27th of October, 5 to 7:30 p.m. And then we have Ajahn Brahm teaching tour 22nd to 23rd and 23rd of November, online and in person. We also have a day of practice with an Indonesian nun coming up. That's co-organized with Buddhist Council and Buddhist Library. That will be on Sunday, I believe, 3rd of November. So if you're free, you're welcome to join. It's going to be at Buddhist Library in Camperdown. That's right. Yeah. That is all. And of course, as always, you can find all our videos on YouTube, socials, and we have a WhatsApp group that you can join as well. And with that said, have a good evening, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, they're right.
You've taken all our excuses away. Thank you.